Well, we've talked about how much lower lip should go over the teeth. Lower lip, once again, should be at 2.5. And now we're going to talk about covering and uncovering the reed and lip pressure and jaw pressure. In other words, how to produce different tone colors and how to play in different registers or tessituras of the saxophone, and also how to deal with reeds that are difficult to play. Let's just talk about tone color for a minute. If I play this, and decide right here I want to change tone color, now I'm going to go back to the first tone color. Those are all different tone colors, not necessarily just different dynamics, different changes in tone color. I sang some different tone colors at the beginning here, la, hu, ha, vis-a-vis the tone imagination. But let me show you some tone colors on the saxophone. Here's all high overtones, that is all bright sounds. Here's high middles and lows, that is a mixture of bright and dark sounds. Here's all low sounds. Again, not a dynamic difference, but a tone color variation. Well, how do you change tone color? It's called covering and uncovering the reed. The reed is now covered. The reed is now uncovered. That is, the reed in my mouth is uncovered. When the reed is covered, it gives you low overtones, like this, covered, or low tessitura. That's how you get kind of that cello sound if you want to play classical saxophone down low. When the reed is uncovered, that is uncovered in my mouth, you get high sounds. I'm not going to go up into the altissimo, the other octave, at this time, because that's a whole different kind of bag of tricks. But let's leave it at the regular register of the saxophone. Now, the theory is, as Joe Allard taught it to me, when the reed is covered, thusly, the reed is covered here, and the part of the reed that is not covered is vibrating. So you have one long wave vibrating, like an AM radio wave. The waves are long, and they can't go over the mountains. They just stop. That's low frequency. When you uncover, you are pressing on the reed about halfway down. And you have two short waves, this one in your mouth and this part of the reed down here. Two short waves vibrating, more like a shortwave radio where the waves are short and can climb over the mountains. Okay? So long wave, when covered, is for low tessitura, low register, or dark sounds. Uncovered is for high tessitura or bright sounds. So if you wanted to play something like this, well, you have to be uncovered. And if you want to play something like this, you want to be covered. You know, Mr. Sax, incidentally, I'm just going to throw this in for a minute. This comes from me now, not necessarily Joe Allard. Mr. Sax had, his name was Adolph Sax, and he invented this wonderful instrument in about 1842. Mr. Sax had no idea the instrument would become such a wonderful jazz instrument. He actually envisioned it as a classical instrument to be played in about 1846, the concert band or military concert bands of that time. He also envisioned it to be played as a solo instrument in front of a concert band or in front of the symphony orchestra. That's the beginning of the Concertino da Camera by Jacques Ibert for alto saxophone and a small orchestra. So Mr. Sax had in mind a classical instrument that up high, if you wanted it to, you know, not just up high, but that could sound like a brass instrument. Even though this is a woodwind, because it has a reed, it's made of brass, so if you want to, it can sound like a brass instrument. It is a woodwind. It can sound down low, as I've showed you, like a cello. But above all, it is a great classical and jazz instrument. Mr. Sax had no idea that in the 1940s it would ever do this. Or that in the 1950s that same tune would, styles change, would sound like this. Adolph Sax certainly never imagined John Coltrane would ever do this. And he certainly never heard rock and roll. I think I've played a little sample already like this. And I'll tell you, if Adolph Sax heard certain soprano saxophone players now that are very famous, he'd turn over in his grave. He had no idea the saxophone would ever be as popular as it is now in the various guises it is heard. Now, this is all by way of saying that you can produce many different tone qualities on the saxophone by covering and uncovering the reed. Now, something else goes along with covering and uncovering the reed. That is jaw pressure and lip pressure. Jaw pressure means you bite harder. Lip pressure means you don't bite at all. And you achieve jaw pressure and lip pressure variation by actually moving the mouthpiece in and out of the mouth and allowing the lower lip to roll with it. You actually move the mouthpiece with your hands on the saxophone. You're actually moving the saxophone. There are two exercises to begin learning how to actually move the saxophone and cover and uncover the reed with jaw pressure and lip pressure. When you are uncovered this way, that is, the reed in the mouth is uncovered, that's jaw pressure. And that is where you start. That's where we started with the lower lip being over at 2.5. And here is the exercise. You start on G without the octave key if you can. And you allow that G to fall down the octave. And as Joe Allard taught it to me, you do not drop your jaw to do this. You simply listen and wait. So here's how you start. G, F sharp, and F. I'm going to do it on those three notes. Just going to wait for the upper octave to drop to the lower octave. This exercise is called 2-1. This is the beginning of learning how to cover and uncover. Now you simply allow the octave to drop. I'm not pressing the octave key. Okay? Now at E, you have to move a little. If you don't move, you have to move the mouthpiece out a little. If you don't move, here's what's going to happen. It doesn't want to drop. So here, you move from 2.5 out to maybe 2.25 or 2. Now here's 2.5. Now what? Just that much. You go from uncovered to a little less uncovered and more covered. So that is the soft part of the lower lip is now covering the reed. So when you get to E, you're going to change from here to here. As you make the change, as you pull the mouthpiece out, you do not bite any harder. Now think about this. As you pull the mouthpiece out, the mouthpiece gets narrower. If you don't bite down, you will have less pressure here. That's what you want, less pressure. So as you pull out, again, you're going now from jaw pressure, so where you're biting at, say, 4.5, you're now going down to maybe 4 or 3.5. So instead of, so here's F. Now for E, what? Here's E flat and D. I'm not going to move yet. Now you finger low C sharp next. You can now play low C sharp, low C, low B flat. And now, before you play low C sharp, you're going to pull the rest of the way out and cover the reed completely with no pressure from the teeth or the jaw. Just sits there. So you go from, we started here, we went to here, now we're here. Note, the tip of the lower lip is still over the lower teeth, but you're not biting at all. I'm going to start now on low C sharp and go the rest of the way. That is 2-1. It teaches you how to play the low notes softly. It teaches you how to cover the reed. It teaches you how to play with lip pressure. We went from jaw pressure to lip pressure. That is 2-1. It's a great exercise. As you learn to do 2-1, now note, as we did 2-1, I never moved the mouthpiece while blowing. I paused in between. So once again, you move the mouthpiece really just in two places. Start on G, G, F sharp, F. Before E, you move. And then again, before low C sharp, you move once more. So you go from uncovered to eventually covered. Joe Allard taught me 3-2-1, and here is 3-2-1. Finger low B flat, and you produce F on the top of the staff. And this time we're going to actually move the mouthpiece, going from uncovered to covered, to get to produce these three partials. Now I haven't gone into overtones yet. I will do that in just a few minutes. But let me just demonstrate 3-2-1. Here's 3-2-1. Now, I went from uncovered to covered while blowing. The notes I played as I did 3-2-1 were as follows. As I fingered low B flat, I played F on F natural on the top of the staff, B flat in the middle of the staff, low B flat in one ledger line below the treble clef staff. As I fingered low B natural, I played F sharp on the top of the staff, B natural in the middle of the staff, low B natural, one ledger line below the treble clef staff. As I fingered low C, I played G on the top of the staff, C in the middle of the staff, C natural, low C natural. As I fingered low C sharp, I played G sharp on the top of the staff, C sharp in the middle of the staff, and low C sharp on the bottom of the staff. That's how Joe Allard basically taught me to play 3-2-1 and 2-1, which has enabled me to change tone color by using lip pressure and jaw pressure and covering and uncovering the reed.